Hey guys, so today I just wanted to go over some stuff, mainly talking about collection pieces, about different things that people collect in the hobby and why they collect it. For me, the main thing in my collection that I truly love collecting will be gold stars. As you can see here with the newest gold star edition, the Greninja Gold Star from Celebrations. Uh, for my collecting goals, I decided to try to like downsize it in a way, be more selective. And then for it to be in part of my collection, it had to hit one of the three main criteria: either Charizard, Rayquaza, or Shiny. And then above all of that, it's Gold Stars. So Gold Stars, it hits one of the main three, which is they're all shiny variants. So I really like collecting them, and I try to like, all right, for me collecting, I want to kind of have more of a bond with the cards rather than just buying them straight up, because I could buy the cards, but I don't have much of attachment, and it's not as fun. That chase is not there. I'm sure there's cards that are extremely rare that even if you have the money, you can't find them. But gold stars aren't really a part of that higher rarity type of situation where they are hard, but not too hard. If you have the money, you can find them. Me, I try to like find them raw. 'Cause I really want to. I would love to pull out a gold star from an EXR pack, but the chances of that happening is very slim. Packs, heavy packs are super expensive. You're not even guaranteed a gold star in a pack, so that's out of the question. The best thing is for me will be just finding them raw, gold stars, and then grading them from there. So I already has like somewhat of an attachment to them. Either that or like doing a trade with somebody I know to get them. But to just buy them off eBay or anything like that, it's no real satisfaction for me for that. So I decided to just try to find them raw and then grade them myself. Or like if I have a person that I know, a friend, and they have a certain one that I want and I trade for it, then that will give me more of a bond with that card. So all these cards, pretty much, I just found them raw and I graded them myself. There's some that I did trade, like, I think two, and then a couple I did buy in the very beginning when I started collecting them. So let's just go through them real quick. So this Gold Star Greninja, I actually graded myself. It's actually kind of not that easy to grade them. I found that like I sent a few of them in, they all got nines. And like, oh man, this is gonna be rough, because like nines are basically worthless. But eventually I submitted one more in, and then I got the 10 with a really nice swirl right next to his tongue. I don't know if you can see. There you go. Boom, look at that swirl right there. Crazy good. I love this hollow pattern foiling. Such a good hollow pattern. So this one has a 10. For right now, I'm trying to collect all the gold stars and at least PSA 7 and above. Long term, I would love to have them all as at least 9s, and then like big grail dream would be having them all as 10s, but the chances of that happening is very slim, to be honest. But there's always that chase, so I wanted to go on that ride. So that's the first one. And then here is the reprinted Umbreon from the Pop series, which is the actual Pop series one. It's a non-hollow. So I really don't care so much of the original or the rare. It's the same art. In reality, it's the same art. That one's just non-hollow. I got this one. I got the cheaper one. To buy a non-hollow, the original one, is like super expensive. So I was like, I'm gonna get the reprinted one that came out in Celebrations, and I'm good with that for now. Maybe long term, if I can find them raw at a good price, I'd do it. But other than that, I really don't care. It's the same art. And the one's hollow, the other one isn't. So I'll get the cheaper of the options. That would kind of seems weird in Pokemon, where like there's cards that has the same exact artwork, and then eventually the same card, and then they're still super expensive. Like in Yu-Gi-Oh, there's like, all right, there's a card that's super expensive, but it's more to do with playability, I guess. There's a super expensive card, really playable, really good, really hard to get. But as soon as they reprint it and it's easier to get, the original one just tanks in value. So at least we have, I guess, that in Pokemon where it does hold its value. But for me personally, I would rather get the cheaper value, unless one day I get a good deal with the original one. But I graded it for myself. And then I got the gold stars. We all know the story with the gold stars that somebody got a bunch of were stolen from the factory, and then I think Card House or something like that has a bunch of them. Like he had like a binder, a humongous binders filled with hundreds of these guys. But to be honest, they're some of my favorite actual gold stars. I really like the artwork. They really look nice. The hollow pattern pops out really nice. It just sucks that, you know, the whole thing will happen with them. But in a way, it's a good thing though, because you can get more of them. I can get more. They're cheaper. But yeah, I actually have multiples of Raikus as 9s and Suicunes. This is the only Entei I have as a 9. And I do have some raw copies, so that's pretty cool. Then I have the Celebi right here. Pretty plate condition. Got it like right when I started collecting, like, ooh, a shiny Pokemon. I didn't really know what Gold Sword stars were at the time. Back like early-ish, mid-2018 when I started picking up cards. But I saw, oh, that's a shiny Pokemon. I just started collecting them. I came back from the hobby from Pokemon Go way later on. Not from the start of Pokemon Go, but like way later on, like in 2018. And like the main thing in Pokemon Go is just collecting shiny Pokemon. So when I saw there were shiny Pokemons in Pokemon cards, I was like, oh, let me start collecting some here and there. Next, we got a Metagross. Yeah, I bought this one raw with a Vaporeon. I think like Vaporeon is like the most common, not common, at least from my perspective that I've seen. I see more, I'm pretty sure more Gold Star Vaporeons in the wild from people than any other Gold Star. But that's just from my anecdotal experiences. But pretty nice. You got the 7. I gotta get to bump it up to if I want to get a 7 too. At least. So that's pretty nice. Nice hollow pattern. No swirls, sadly. The next card is Pikachu. So this is one of the few cards that I've actually bought in. And I got this actually from Mr. Walrus. Shout out to Mr. Walrus. He had it. Gave it to me at a pretty good price. And I got it. And it has really nice fart swirl right there. Look at them. I love the swirls. I love swirls, and I love it like right near its butt. So it looks like it's a fart. Pretty cool. This is another Gold Star Gyarados that I actually picked it up from somebody that I'm blanking out his name. Dang. I met him in Denver at the Collecticon Denver last year. He told me, we were just talking about cards. He's a Gyarados collector, and he had an extra one. I believe he was getting a 9. So I decided to pick up his 8 from him. Still have it. Shout out to him. I'm sorry I forgot your name. I'm just blanking out right now. Brain farts. And then the next card is a Gold Star Mew. One of the first Gold Stars I actually picked up, to be honest. And this is another one that I did buy. I got it from, I'm looking at the name now too now. Beckett Castle on IG. They were just selling some stuff to get into, to buy other stuff. And I bought this. Nice Mew. These are like, to be honest, they're pretty cool arts, but I don't like them. The hollow foiling from the Delta species is so plain. It's just a regular hollow foiling. I want that sparkle. I wish we could get some sparkle versions of these guys. And then here's like one of the first raw Gold Stars I picked up. I picked up two Gold Star Charizard. They all, since it's a black card, every time I see it on the picture, like I will meet up people locally. On the picture they look clean, but when I meet up in person, the card is like all beat up. So I got this one as a 2, and I also have another one that's a PSA 1. But I kept them. I actually have another one that's way more beat up, but that's my binder. Pretty cool. Really like his artwork. Throwing the flame. I think it's like one of the best Charizard artworks out there. But like I said, the only thing I hate about it is the hollow foiling. I wish it had that Cosmo hollow pattern. Really nice artwork with those. And then this is another. This is a Chico Gold Star with a fart swirl right there. You can see the little swirl right in his butt. Really sick. I'm really happy I got this one. Got the 8. Really happy with that. Got this one raw. And then we got a Gold Star Rich Rock. Now if you look right there, it also has a fart swirl right there too. Pretty sick. So I got this one raw. I got this actually raw from Frankenson. I was there with a buddy. We looked around. I found a guy that had just one Gold Star Original Raw. He had just barely picked up it in collection. Got it from him at a good price, hoping that it would get like a 8, maybe. And I got lucky and got the 9. Pretty sweet. Really happy with that. And then here's a Vaporeon. So I have like, man, I created probably like 4 of these guys already, maybe. Probably like 5 of these Vaporeons. And I can't get a 9. I got like 2 8s, 7s, and stuff like that, but no 9s. Still a really nice card though. I picked this one. I believe this is the one I picked up with the Gold Star Metagross. Picked him up raw. Really nice card. This is like the most common Gold Star I find out in the wild, from like locals and stuff like that. People on offer them. I always find Gold Star Vaporeon. The most common one for me. And then this was Gold Star Flareon that I actually picked up from Old School Pokemon. Shout out to him. I was at Denver CollectCon and we did a trade, some trade and a little bit of cash. I had a Expedition Mewtwo. I wanted this from him, so we did a little bit of trade right there. Pretty sick. Has a nice swirl right there. I don't know how well you can see it. Right there. Pretty nice. I recently picked up some pretty beat up copies of these guys. And then this one, oh baby. So this card, I actually got this raw. I picked it up from a guy a few years back. A bunch of cards from him, all raw cards. And then, oh man, when I got this back as a 10, I was so hyped. This probably be the only 10 that I ever grade, like from the actual EX era. So happy that I got as a 10. Z&G, shout out to him. He was like, just sell it, get the money. And sometimes I do want to sell it and just get a 9 or something like that, but like I got this for like $120. So plus grading, I'm never gonna get a Gold Star Jolteon or any Gold Star from the EX era for $120 plus grading. So like I said, and I want more of an attachment. I have a strong attachment with this one, so I'm gonna keep this one. Really sick, really happy. I wish I can get some more 10s. Hopefully, maybe I'll find some more better, nice raw copies and get some more 10s. And then this is the Gold Star Latios that I picked up with the Trico. I picked it up from some guy who lived about 3 hours away from me. It was like a 5-hour round trip, and he had like a bunch of a big binder filled with EXR cars, and then he just wanted to sell portions out of portion, and he didn't have a car, so I had to meet up to drive to him. So the first time I met up with him, he only sold me a couple of cards. He sold me like the Trico and I think a Jolteon and like a beat up Mew and then like a bunch of other cards. He did not want to just sell the whole bind by itself. It was like a thick bind like that. And then he hits me up a few months later. Hey, I want to sell some more cards. I drove all the way back over there, picked up some more cards. Did I pick up this one? I don't think I picked the one up yet. And then he hits me a few more months later, like right before Christmas, I believe, like right after Thanksgiving, so Black Friday. Like, oh, I want to sell some more cards. I ended up buying the rest of it. It was with this one and a Jolteon, no, a Vaporeon and some other cards. A big stack of Gold Star, not Gold Star, EX era cards. So pretty happy with that. It got the 7, my bare minimum that I wanted to get. I was hoping to get the 8, but I'm happy with the 7. And then one of my favorite cards of this whole collection is the Gold Star Rayquaza. Really hyped to get this. I actually bought this card. To find these raws kind of hard, really hard. And then when you do find them raw, it's super expensive. So I think I bought this for like $1,600 already graded. It was kind of a back and forth deal. In the end, we came up to $1,600. Got it shipped over to me. I was actually looking for a PSA 8, but most people didn't. They wanted too much, and this guy hit me up, say, "Hey, I know you're looking for an 8, but I have a 7. But this 7 has 2 swirls," and that intrigued me because I love swirls. So I'm like, "Oh, where?" And I'm looking for here. No swirls. I don't see no swirls. Like, no, they're in which kind of sucks. They're in the border, near the border. So there's one right here. You can see right there with the light. That right there. And the second one is right here in the darker part of Rayquaza. So that's 2 right there. So that intrigued me. You know, I said, you know what? We tried to make a deal. In the end, we ended up making the deal. And I got it from him. So really happy with that. Glad I got it, because these cards went up so much more. Oh man, to just buy one now, I don't know. I don't think it's, I don't know if I can get myself to buy it, at least like raw or grade it. I'll have to find a raw one, but like I said, finding a clean raw one is so hard, and people just want way too much. But when I was looking through it, admiring the card, so most of the time when the swirls they're in a pattern, so they tend to be like in the same area. So like there's one right here, there's one there. All right, let me check down, and if kind of in like the hollow right there, you can see there's another swirl right there. So that's 1, 2, 3 right there. And then if you look in this side, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's kind of harder in this one. Let me see. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. Maybe you can see right there. That's the 4th swirl. So I don't know of how many Rayquazas or Gold Stars in general has 4 swirls. They were just positioned perfectly. So you have 1, 2. The third one you could see it right there. Boom. It's not the full swirl, but it's like through the hollow pattern. You can see the swirl right there. And then the 4th one is a bit harder to see, but it's there. So this card has 4 swirls in it. Think about that, 4 hollow swirls. That's pretty crazy. I'm really happy I have it. I'm gonna stay with this card. I'm gonna keep it for pretty much forever, unless I really need to get rid of it or something like that, or I'm dying or something like that. But that's pretty hype with that. One of my favorite cards in this whole thing. And yeah, like, this is just the stuff I like to collect. And like I said, a lot of these stuff I try to have more of a story. If I can have a story with these cards, rather than just buying it off of someone off eBay and just getting it shipped to me, I'd rather just have somewhat of a story. So I prefer to buy them raw, find them raw, and then grade them myself, doing like a trade with a buddy that I know. Or like I said, like that Rayquaza, I was looking for an 8. Somebody hits me up, hey, I got a 7. It was a back and forth whole thing. He said, hey man, it has 2 swirls. And then getting it, ended up finding it has 4 swirls. Really happy with that. And it's just stuff that you just like to collect. So like for me, I don't want my collection to be a spider web of this and that and this and that. I want to try to be focused. So for me, it had to hit those either one of the 3 points. It had to be a Charizard, it has to be a Rayquaza, or it had to be shinies. So if it hits one of those 3 points, I'm willing to put it into my collection. I'm more hyped for that. Pretty sick. Look at that far swirl. Bam, look at that. But yeah, let me know what you think about my one of my first stuff, part of my collection. What do you think about the way I collect? How I'm trying to get more of a personal, in touch feeling with the cards, of a personal like memory, more of a story that goes with the card rather than just buying it. Let me know what you think. I also still when you're seeing this video, actually, I will be in Japan already for Go Fest Osaka, and then the weekend after I'll be at Worlds. So I have a giveaway going right now for if whoever can guess correctly what I'm dressed up as for Go Fest Osaka, I'm going to get them something preferably something from the Pokemon exclusive item from the Pokemon Worlds Pokemon Center. So I'm not sure what it is yet. I gotta see what I can get my hands on. I want to get something cool, so preferably a Worlds exclusive item. So let's see what I can get. This giveaway is gonna go to the Friday after Worlds. That's when I'll be announcing who won, who's getting the item. If somebody gets it right. If not, well then, tough luck. I'll probably do it I'll hold that item to the next giveaway, whenever I do another giveaway. But yeah, let me know what you think. Also, leave your guess of what I'll be cosplaying as for GoFest in the comments. Like and subscribe if you can, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.